Actually, we should reload our gun. There we go. Put that away. Now, let's use this ventilation shaft. Right, we went around. There's someone in here. Marjorie Stallworth. And I don't know. Yeah, I think that portrait, she's probably gone. Yep. A woman in blue wings overalls is standing in a closet. She looks like she's pondering whether the floor is a good wash or just mop up a bit. Whether to give the floor a good wash. Though the soap box she's examining is empty, she's raising and dropping the lid monotonously in her hands. A rhythmical, useless, aimless action. Let's take a closer look. The woman's badge says Marjorie Stallworth. Marjorie. Below her name, Ordnance Technician, is inscribed in a smaller font. Her dark eyes glisten with drops of sweat. The whites of her barely blinking eyes stand out round and bright. Let's talk to her. You greet the woman, introduce yourself and ask if she's alright. She almost ignores you, almost, but she eventually fixes her eyes on your face, struggling to focus. Perhaps this is an invitation for a chat. Ask what happened. Your would-be conversation partner is silent. Her eyelids and lips twitch, fear and confusion plain in her eyes. The hand that keeps raising and lowering the box lid misses a few times. Try and see if she's alright. The woman would probably sigh if she could. She pulls her shoulders back and lifts her chin a little. Well, what do you think? Touch her shoulder. You touch the woman's arm, and she pulls away, slowly but determinedly. Her eyes regard you steadily, as though she wishes to tell you something, but for some reason can't. Should we scare her to snap her out of it? Let's try. You throw your hands up and yell at her. The blue's body convulses once, and she glares at you. First enraged, then confused, and finally in understanding. Yet neither of you is any better off than before. Leave her alone. Yeah. Let's see what you have in here. Take your soap. And I'll leave the mop. I'll lock you in there. More janitor's gear. Cloth and disinfectant. Hold on, flower pot. Dirt. That's a trading station, but we're good for now. This place seems empty. A Medcom 72. Terminal, shower stall, broken toilet. Let's see if there's anything in the toilet. Broken toilet thingy. Strange gizmo, smaller than your typical relic. Smells awful. Empty beer bottle. So yeah, that's another part of the relic, it seems. Shower stall with blood coming out of it. Yeah. Not keen on using those. Use terminal. Let's see. The words on the screen read Dr. Grau. Records on the condition of station dwellers with comments and illustrations. Enter log to view the records. Record 1, record 2, record 3, record me. You see a list of commands starting with case below. By adding a sequence number to the command, you can view the corresponding patient's medical files. Enter entry 1. There was a long queue for aspirin at my office today. Like in East Germany, I'll have to place my next order ahead of schedule. Lydia complained of faintness and anxiety. I examined her but found nothing amiss. I gave her a mild sedative. At last I have a few minutes to listen to some Wagner. Entry 2. Lydia came again this morning and said she wasn't able to sleep. She said many others are having the same problem. I had a heart-to-heart with her, and she admitted the brigade stumbled upon something psionic. People have been showing up all day long asking for sick leave, almost all with the same symptoms: indigestion and cirrhosis. I am mortally tired, but who will do the job if not me? Who cares if I have to be a slave away? Who cares if I have to slave away all day without a break? I should put on some list. He always refreshes me. Entry 3. A weird day. She just knocked on my door. I opened and there was Lydia, with her own eyes in her hands. I looked around and everyone were just passing by as if nothing had happened. I asked her what happened and she said she didn't deserve to see. I tended to her wounds and sent her to the Magellan at once. It's awful. I'm gonna listen to some Bach. Enter entry 4 to record me. Something happened. No one has been coming for a long time. I looked out of the office. There were some inadequate people walking around. What are they doing here? This is my yard. They should go away. Dr. Grau came with complaints of solitude. I prescribed him all the medicine I had left and stabbed him with my scalpel in the stomach. Now he's sitting at his computer and typing this message. I think he reads my thoughts. Close the list and leave. I don't see a body anywhere. Trash bin. Shower stall, a locker. Empty. Sink, kitchen stove, TV set, toilet bowl, wash basin. Toilet bowl. Not a broken one, so there's nothing in it. Elizabeth Nadasti, who is also lost her mind, I can tell by the portrait. But let's go and have a chat. Screen shows nothing but static. Yeah. An angry woman is standing in the middle of the room, flapping her arms and speaking to someone in a loud voice. That someone only exists in her imagination, though. You're the only person in the room. Examine the woman. A short, pale, lively-looking woman with short hair dyed bright red. Her name tag says Elizabeth Nadasti. Internal security. The Blackwing uniform confirms this. They didn't bother to make her hair bright red in the picture. Try talking to her. She simply can't hear you. To her, you don't exist. The woman keeps pointing her finger at someone. This digit might well pierce you if you step any closer. Where's my pizza? I placed my order half an hour ago. Is it being delivered from China or something? Ugh, and once again, no anchovies. Those damn student part-timers. Yeah, we read something about someone wanting pizza earlier, or someone was dreaming about pizza. Yeah, so I guess that was the lead up to what we're seeing now. Didn't she? She had trouble waking up. In her dream, she needed to find a physical exit before she could wake up. Something like that, and she was scared about not waking up, so I'm guessing that happened to her now. Tell her the pizza's on the way. The woman freezes in her tracks. Her fearful eyes dart over your face. Her mouth turns down at the corners, and tiny droplets of sweat appear on her forehead. What? No. Where? She shakes her whole body like a dog, wipes her forehead with one sleeve, and resumes her aggressive attitude. Anyway, I'm still waiting. If a delivery boy isn't ringing my doorbell within 10 minutes, I'll be on the phone to head office. Capiche? I'm just gonna have a look around in your room. Well, you don't have much. Trash bin. Empty beer bottle. Yeah, we can cook anything. Well, I'll leave you to it. Starting to think we won't find anything worthwhile on this level. Well, I say that, but then we find a backpack. Let's equip that. Which doesn't show up on a character, but that's fine. We don't have a belt though, do we? No, this is a relic, yeah. Let's have a chat with Jan Kovacs. A man standing beside the open refrigerator, lost in thought. He's holding the door and mumbling to himself. His eyes are glued to the shelves, unblinking. Examine the man. This is a ruddy, robust, blond man whose badge says Jan Kovacs, mechanic. If he wasn't ignoring you so persistently, you'd say he was doing just fine. What are you looking at in that refrigerator? The shelves are empty, there's nothing there, not even some expired canned stuff. Whatever the man sees exists only in the land of imagination. Except there is a keycard on the bottom shelf. We could probably use that keycard. Let's try to take it. A typical keycard that grants access to restricted areas. It might come in handy. The fridge owner completely ignores you, just like before. Should we try? Let's try talking to him. I don't think we'll get much out of him. You give a wave, introduce yourself, and gently touch the refrigerator aficionado's shoulder. No result, except that he starts muttering a bit louder. Omelette. Yes, clearly. Or pancakes. No, that's too much work. How about a salad? Now there's a good idea. Good idea. Right. Mirror, shower stall, trash bin. The thing is, we should probably have a rest, because we're somewhat fatigued. Significant fatigue, actually. But maybe well, it probably makes sense for roleplay purposes. Actually, no, gameplay purposes. I wanted to mention to have a rest, but it seems a bit odd to do so. Seeing the state that we're in right now, but is there a room with a bed that is somewhat yeah, maybe we should go back to the first floor. Actually, you know what? Let's just press on. Should we take the? Yeah, let's take the suit. Because if we have to fight, we probably better wear it. Let's go to the offices. Let's see. Well, forefathers, you are finished. The top brass kindly shared with me their plans for the dome. Using the technologies of the dome itself, in the near future, we will turn this whole place into one huge quarry from which relics will be extracted on an unprecedented scale. Soon, every person on Earth will enjoy the use of at least one item created with the benefits of forefathers' technology. No. Seems to be some radiation going on. As you reach the office level, you hear a quiet crackle. Your Cirrus is registering an increased level of anomalous radiation. According to the readings, it initially appeared on the first level of the complex and has been increasing since then. You hear a chewing sound from somewhere close by. Whoa. You look up from the handheld display and see a man standing in the corridor. His face is covered with blood and his eyes are glowing like headlights. He howls menacingly as he looks in your direction.
The scanner doesn't register this emanation, but receives concurrent radiation. Does this mean that all radioactive zones under the dome release similar emanations? Interesting.
Oh, there he is. Take that.
Someone's touched us, covered our places with their scent.
Move away, reload. Let's put the weapon away. What do you have? Techno Woman comic book issue Grease and technical equipment. Fine.
Code red. General alert.
Yeah, thought as much. Does that lead?
The emanation wasn't permanent. Supposedly, it has abruptly increased during the last couple of days. I wonder why that is.
So Ronald Steele seems to be doing quite okay. Let's try and talk to him. Any security stuff we should be worried about? Taking that. Taking those.
The scanner doesn't register this emanation, but receives concurrent radiation.
Intense fatigue. We do have some insta coffee, I believe. Maybe. Fired up for 300 turns. Let's try. So yeah, it set boots us back 1 level of fatigue. Nothing there. Cigarettes. Science magazine issue, weapon repair kit. Well, that's pretty handy. Yeah. Crazy people. Let's go and speak to what seems to be one of the few sane persons in here. Terminal.
The scanner doesn't register this emanation, but receives concurrent radiation.
Can we use the terminal? Access denied. Access denied. And probably access denied. Isolator engineer gloves. Contraption. Melee weapons +5. Oh, we get a belt. Initiative +1. We better put that on. There we go.
Something that doesn't add up in these calculations.
Louis Decker Schultz. The character we met was talking about Decker. The door opens quietly, almost inaudible. In a dim room saturated with pale lamplight, you see a woman. She's sitting on a bench, head in her hands. Indistinct words, blurring into sobs, reach your ears. You listen closely. The woman is singing. Your bright and tiny spark light the traveler in the dark. Her voice is shaky and she won't lift her head. Sing along, knock gently at the wall, not to startle her. Wait for her to finish singing. Sounds like she was about to finish her song, ending the verse with "Twinkle Twinkle Little Star." The woman goes silent, lifting her head. She lets out a muffled cry when she sees you, and clutches at her heart. Raising a Cirrus flashlight, she examines you anxiously. Her silverly uniform is covered with a spray of mud and blood. Her badge is torn off, and in its place a bloody handprint has been swiped across her whole jacket.
I'm listening.
The silver lowers her communicator and turns the flashlight off while keeping an eye on you. You aren't mad, and you aren't from here. Let's see. Tell her Ginsberg mentioned a woman named Decker and ask if that's her. Tell her she is right and ask her what was written on her badge. Introduce yourself and ask what her name is. Yeah, she's right, we're not mad. The woman fiddles with her hair and trying to smooth it back from her face. Decker Schultz. Louise Decker Schultz. Silverwing, Magellan Base. The silver awkwardly rises to her feet. I reckon you're from the rescue team. Well, as the expedition leader, I'll bring you up to date. The mission has failed. Our technician is dead, our guard disappeared, the orange ran off, and the white is slowly going mad. That's my short report on the mission result. If you need more information, feel free to ask. Say that you've learned enough, ask for an account of this situation from the start, learn more about the group's members' fate. Yeah, let's get more details on that. Ask for an account of the situation from the start. She wraps her arms around her slender shoulders. You really want to hear what it was like. We arrived before the storm, 9:20 a.m. I believe it was. The connection was already lost by then, and there was something wrong with the people. No, not something. Everything about them was wrong. Schultz looks up to the ceiling as he tries to remember. Seymour Hobbs, head of security, he greeted us. He reported that communications with Magellan were down and needed to be restored from the command center on the 3rd floor. He gave no details. He just said there was a problem. The silver blinks rapidly. Hobbs took us to the 3rd floor. Then we went back upstairs. Maria went to the command center, and these people, they just rushed at us. They devoured Maria. Bob shot several of them and locked the rest in the hallway. They're very weird. They don't seem to feel pain at all. Louise Decker Schultz lowers her eyes. What else is there to say? Now I'm here. Ginsburg yelled at me and ran away. Bob went for help. Said that until they arrived we have to talk to Hobbs. Activate isolation mode and seal the bunker. He still hasn't returned. And Ron? Something's going on with him. Didn't I mention that yet? Did I? Oh, I keep forgetting things. Is that the guy back there? Learn more about the group member's fate. Ask away. Schultz looks at you with reddened, tearful eyes. Let's see. How did the technician die? How did the black went missing? Ask Schultz about the orange who fled. Find out more about the scientist who's going mad. Yeah, what about the orange who fled? The administrator's tear-stained face freezes in a grimace of distaste. She stares into the distance, her eyes angry. Bastard, I'm glad he's gone. Decker Schultz pats her pockets distractedly. Where did I put my gun? Have you seen it? How did the technician die? The silver's lips tremble. She barely manages to compose herself. I report Maria Werner. They ate her. She forces the words out and begins sobbing. How did the black go missing? Decker was already thoroughly dejected, but now her face grows even darker. It was me who gave the order. Send him to find help. Louise mentions that motions at the walkie-talkie on the bench. He was still able to contact us when he reached the surface. Then it was too noisy, and the connection was lost. He never replied back after that. Right, I think we found that walkie-talkie actually. And there was a body next to it. Her lips begin to tremble treacherously. Yeah, what about the scientist that's going mad? Schultz glances round at the closed doors. It started as soon as we got here. He saw these people and started laughing. He kept laughing and saying, Sorovsky was right. He'd approached them and touched them. I realized he was off his rocker right away. She says in a low voice. The silver shudders in fear and glances again at the door at the end of the room. I locked him in that hall. Figured it'll be safer for us this way. Ask about this Sorovsky the scientist was talking about. Ask if you can go talk to him. Yeah, what about this Sorovsky? Louise seems confused, even irritated. Does it matter all that much right now? Look what's going on here. Does it really matter what a madman was thinking? Can we talk to the scientist? A glint of concern appears in Decker Schultz's eyes. Talk? Okay, he's over there, behind that door. You can talk to him when we're done. Tell her you'd like to discuss something else. Yeah? Yeah, we've learned enough. She dabs her eyes with a handkerchief. I'm not a scientist or a doctor. I don't know what's going on here, but I do know that, according to protocol, we have to contact our superiors at Magellan first chance we get for further instructions. Why haven't you gotten in touch with Kingsley yourself? I told you, Maria tried to restore the connection and died. She sits back down, hands clutched at the temples. When they ate Maria, we locked the door to the command center. Take the key. Restoring the connection is the top priority now. Excuse me, I feel weird. I think I have a fever, and my head is just throbbing. Louise leans back and fans herself exhausted. Let's see. No, I don't want to bribe you. I want to barter with you. Ah, you're a psyche character, it seems. Do we have anything? You can... Right, well, that's good. Yeah. Give us, $50 for the brass knuckles. Thanks.
See you later.
Bye. Let's see, you found the surviving members of the expedition on level -3 of Nashville Base, squad leader Louis Decker Schultz, and Ronald Steele from the White Wing, who was locked up in the adjacent room. The Silver claims she isolated Ronald because he was behaving strangely, but this needs to be verified. Tells you fate of the other expedition members. The orange escaped. The blue was eaten and the black disappeared. The white she locked in the next room since he's lost his mind.
There's surely a source for this radiation.
The door's selectron port was clumsily broken at some point. You can hear a quiet drone from behind the door. A small silver plate reading computer room points at the source. Perception 7. Put your ear against the door and listen. You listen closely and pick up on a calm voice, barely audible above the humming of the mainframes. You can hear a keyboard clicking. The voice is pensive. The dependence is linear, that much is clear. The differing reactions of different organisms can be attributed to psychological factors, obviously not weight and apparently not age or gender. We'll use this formula to calculate. Another click follows. After that, the voice is silent for a long while. The man behind the door sighs with disappointment. No, maths won't work here. Knock on the door. You can hear footsteps in the room, quiet but heavy.
Yes?
The man locked inside approaches the door. Is that you, Louise? Open the door already. Enough of this idiocy. For once, try being professional. Tell him you aren't Louise.
Greetings.
Silence hangs in the computer room for a few moments. I'm glad to hear you aren't Louise. As you can see, she and I aren't quite hitting it off. The door slides open an inch. In the dark computer room beyond, a pair of spectacles reflect the light. Ronald Steele, White Wing. I'm a member of the expedition crew, apparently a former member. My colleague decided I was dangerous and locked me in here. The scientist regards you through the gap between the door for some time. Look, I don't have to prove I'm normal. I don't have time to prove I'm normal. Just open the door. We don't have much time. Tell him you'll do your best to open the door and leave. Tell him you'll discuss this with Louise and leave. Tell him you need to think it over more and leave. Yeah, I'll do my best.
Have a good one. The scanner doesn't register this emanation, but receives concurrent radiation. Does this mean that all radioactive zones under the dome...
Should we talk to her again? Should we ask her to unlock the door or just unlock it ourselves? Tell Louise you should probably release Steele. Are you insane? He's like the others in the corridor. He's mad. Don't you understand the risk? Let's just leave. Wait, where are you going? She dabs at her eyes with a handkerchief. I'm not a scientist or a doctor. I don't know what's going on here. We have to how can we contact? Okay, right. There she is.
Good luck.
So she just gave us... we already had that item. Let's unlock the door.
The scanner doesn't register this emanation, but receives...
The person who emerges from the dark computer room looks nothing like a scientist. His broad shoulders and military bearing resemble those of an elite forces officer. Only the silver badge that says Ronald Steele, physicist, and the lab uniform suggests he works for the White Wing.
Forgot something.
Steele shakes her hand. It's nice to see living people for a change, even you, Louise. Decker Schultz is watching him intently. She snorts a laugh. Do you think you look normal? You were laughing and chanting. Swarovski's right. Swarovski is right. That's because Swarovski was right. Everything he said was right. This halo eye effect isn't an autonomous phenomenon. It's a link in a chain of symptoms. If anyone but his colleagues listened to Gabriel, none of this would have happened. Ronald spreads his arms in agitation. His angry outburst ends as quickly as it started. Anyway, let's decide what we're gonna do. We're sitting on the proverbial ticking time bomb. Listen to what Louise has to say. Decker Schultz shrugs her shoulders feebly. So should we re-establish the connection or what? Or wait? And wait. The silver turns to face you, disappointment apparent in her eyes. I thought Magellan would send real help. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to insult you, but the only thing we can do... We can't afford to wait, Louise. Disgruntled, Ronald interrupts her. The white looks from Louise to you. Let's stick to the protocol. First of all, you must contact Magellan. Then the main phase of the operation can begin. He takes a twice-folded piece of paper out of his pocket. I did the calculations. It turns out that the base is in a kind of a bubble. The strength of the radiation inside the bubble is uneven, and the nature of the wave propagation suggests that the source is down there, in the excavation zone. Steele nods at the door to the computer room. When I was done with my calculations, I found some notes regarding relic excavation. Apparently they did find something, not quite ordinary. I just put two and two together and came to a conclusion. That finding caused all this. Tell them it's settled, you need to go down and find the radiation source. Ask him how you can contact Magellan Station. Ask him how to get to the excavation area. Ask him what exactly was found during the excavation. Ask if it's dangerous to approach the radiation source directly. Let's ask if he knows what exactly they found. Steele scratches his chin perplexedly. I can't say for sure. They assembled a special research crew to study that relic. Or rather, they were planning to do that. Everything happened too fast. Ask if it's dangerous to approach the radiation source directly. Staying here is just as dangerous as touching that thing with your hands. The white calms you down. Ask him how you can contact Magellan Station. We know that already, don't we? Ronald wrinkles his eyebrow, as if trying to remember something. All the complexes are built alike, and the security measures are similar. Take the left corridor, find the main computer, disable the final protocol, and re-establish the connection. There must be a conference hall nearby with large screens in it. It's actually meant for communication between bases. You can contact Magellan from there. Any questions? The white's glasses flash. Ask him how to get to the excavation area. Steele nods curtly. Yes, a good question. Turn right and follow the corridor. You'll find an elevator that will take you there. It's supposedly blocked, but you can run it with the master key. It's in the shape of a card, usually kept by one of the employees. I try searching the residential level first. Tell him that in Settle you need to go down to the radiation source. Well, I don't know about that, but we don't have any other option. Ronald turns to the silver. Good. Let's go. Quick, Louise. Are you ready? I can see you're not feeling well, but you need to pull yourself together. Louise? Crows. Deckerchild says in a resounding voice. Ask her what she means. The silver lifts her head. Rings of white light are beginning to flicker in her eyes. Did you see how many of them flocked to Nashville? Some even managed to make it down here. You and Steele exchange looks. A grimace of frustration spreads over the white's face. Let's hurry up. The relic is down there somewhere. So that's a shame. Would she have gone mad either way? I'm wondering if she wouldn't have if we had left Steele in his room. Yeah, we read this already.
Yes?
Steele glances at the master key in your hand. Good, are you ready? I took a reading. Background radiation is increasing, albeit slowly. Let's hurry this up.
Good luck.
So yeah, but first I'm gonna try. I take it. Yeah. So that is Maria, the one they ate. Or the one are still eating. Probably gonna try to go down there first. Because I think it's around here somewhere where we can re-establish communications. Let's see if we can get through this battle. I wanna try a stun grenade? Do we have something else? Immobilization grenade? Well, that's not too bad. There they are. Well, you can seem to hit all four. Let's try. This one has a gun. Grr. Ow. Not enough action points. Alright, we're scared, so we probably can't move. Oh, critical damage. Let's do this. Do we have something? Do we have some kind of med pack? Medkit. Not enough action points. Oh dear. Okay, let's see if we can get through this round. Well, that healed us up a bit.
Ow!
Damn it. Nope. We have to reload.
There are traces and fractals. Traces and fractals.
Well, we managed somehow. Can we actually... No. Oh yeah, we can't scan bodies. We should have done that on the other level as well. Let's take that. Take those. No. Reload. Let's eat something. Guess we couldn't because we were doing another action. Well, we'll be tipsy, but okay. Brains +2, but it's addictive, right? Significant fatigue. Yeah, we have one of those. No. I don't think it's better than what we have, really. How are we doing on level? Somewhat close. Take those. What's this? Ominous red lines are flashing on the screen. Main menu, emergency protocol, isolation mode. Attention, turrets are active. The doors are locked. Connection with Concord station is disabled. Please select an option from the following menu. Unlock, cancel the emergency protocol. Uplink, re-establish connection, communication with Concord Station. Yes, uplink. Connection with Concord Station has been restored. Enter a command on menu. Should we yeah, let's unlock the cancel the emergency protocol. Emergency protocol cancelled. Turrets are inactive. Doors are unlocked. Enter a command for the menu option. Log out. Yeah, we're done. Yeah, it's kind of a shame now. I'm wondering if we had not talked to the scientist in the room, the steel character, and had just gone straight here and re-established communications and whatnot, if that little ordeal there had turned out any differently. But then again, it might again be one of those cases where you might think you have a choice, but eventually it all leads down to the same thing. So I'm not too sure about it. Yeah, these people are gone. The mainframe. Well, we might have to get access to that. Let's see how far we get.